Hello, everyone. My name is Jim Biringer. I'm with NHLRumors.com, back for another trade analysis video. Here, follow us along here on YouTube. Check it out. Back again, Yaroslav Askarov was traded last Friday from the Nashville Predators to the San Jose Sharks. The Predators get David Edstrom, Magnus Chrona, and a first-round pick will presumptuously be Vegas' first-round pick. And if you look at the trade tree from this, it's the first-round pick the Sharks got for Tomas Hertl. So if you connect the dots, it's Tomas Hertl for Yaroslav Askarov in this whole trade tree, right? But what happens is Askarov requested a trade, and because he knew the writing was on the wall, right? Go back to when UC Saros signed a new deal, his 8-year deal. It was rumored, but once he signed it, it said, "Oh boy, here we go. When am I ever going to get to the National Hockey League? When am I going to get a chance to be a backup?" He knew what his capabilities were in the AHL, but he didn't see a pathway to the National Hockey League. And then when Scott Wedgwood gets signed on July 1st, 2-year extension, 2-year deal, I should say, you say to yourself, okay, well, if I'm an Askarov, now what? I have to go back to the minors? I've done all I could do in the AHL. He knows he has to develop more, but he was never the right guy for Barry Trotz and the Nashville Predators, and here's why. He wasn't a Barry Trotz guy because Barry Trotz didn't draft him. Former general manager, Hockey Hall of Fame GM, David Poyle, who will go in this year, drafted him 10th overall, 2020. Well, his antics in the AHL, showboating a little bit, not really his cup of tea. And you listen to what Barry Trotz has to say, and you go back to it, right? When Saros was negotiating this extension, Barry Trotz said, well, I don't want to be in this position 5 years from now. Saros gets Nashville to the playoffs. They go on that 17-game point streak. He's going with the guy he knows. And the window is now because they added Steven Stamkos, Jonathan Marchessault, Brady Shea. They added veterans to go with their young core. Okay, where's Askarov fitting in? Even though Barry Trotz said, oh, we're going to bring him to camp, he's going to get a chance to be a backup. But when Scott Wedgwood, who is a career backup, signs a 2-year deal, Askarov is like, no, I want out. He goes, he's requested this privately, according to reports, and he's done this since probably March. Goes to Trotz. Once it became public, though, things got moving. Other teams were interested, Montreal's, the Phillies, Chicago's. I always thought San Jose was a great fit for him, and I'll tell you why. Young team, right? You got Macklin Celebrini, Sam Dickinson, Will Smith, William Eklund, Fabian Zetterlund. Mackenzie Blackwood's there, Vitek Vanacek's there, but they're both UFA goalies. He's going into a situation where he can grow with a young team. And now, with a 2-year extension, $2 million AAV, well, if he's not up in the NHL this year, well, he'll be there next year because they're not keeping both UFA goalies. And from my understanding, San Jose likes Mackenzie Blackwood. So the potential tandem moving forward is Blackwood and Askarov. And this is a great deal. Mike Greer got a great player, used assets to get him. And Nashville has Magnus Chrona, who can develop in their AHL system. Like we've said, it's Saros, it's Wedgwood. It's the 2-year window now for the Nashville Predators to win. And everybody's going to say, well, why is it 2 years? Well, think about it. They got a lot of aging players. You're going into win now mode. Ryan O'Reilly's there as well. You know, Luke Schen's there. It's time for the Predators to take the next step. Barry Trotz is kind of getting rid of all those quote-unquote wrong character guys. He wants the right guys in the room. It started with Matt Duchene, Ryan Johansson last summer. It's gone this summer as well. Now you see Askarov too. The antics just not really his cup of tea. Now, a team that was rumored in there, New Jersey Devils, was never in this conversation. They already had Jacob Markstrom. Nico Dawes in the system. They signed him to a 2-year deal. Next year, he's on a 1-way deal to be in the NHL, presumably to be the backup to Markstrom. Jake Allen's there. They didn't need another goalie. And where was Askarov fitting in on the system? Tyler Brennan's there. Isaac Poulter's there as well. Devils just drafted 2 goalies this year. So it didn't make sense for the New Jersey Devils to go get Askarov. And look, he's been tied to New Jersey ever since 2020. But here we are now. Askarov is a member of the San Jose Sharks. It's a win-win for both sides. And the Predators are now poised to make a run here in the Central Division. The Sharks are an improved team. They had the stud up front, Celebrini, the stud on the back end, and Dickinson. You have the studded goalie in Askarov. That's all you need to know about the San Jose Sharks. They're going to be an improved team. It's going to be a competitive team. But as far as what Askarov brings, he's a good goaltender. He's an elite level goaltender. He's a prospect. He's probably the number 2 prospect goalie around there. Obviously, we saw, what was going on in Seattle, Montreal, Calgary. Similar situation there in Nashville. When was Askarov going to play? He's finally going to play. He's going to get his chance in San Jose. It's a great trade. And again, he just wasn't a Barry Trotz guy, and he was never going to play in Nashville. He's going to get that chance in San Jose. My name is Jim Biringer. You've been watching NHL Rumors here on YouTube. Click watch, subscribe, like. Check us out. We'll be back again real soon. Take care.